Welcome to the Value Wrestling Podcast. I'm the big time BT Baldwin here to give you the best value in pro wrestling, sports entertainment today. We are here to be a part of the IWC community, the best. We vow value back in wrestling. Okay. So this looks like we might actually have some say here. We'll drop that down so that's not so loud in the echo. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully it's the better quality sound. Any minute now, we should be good to go. Any minute now, should be good to go. Any minute now, I should be good to go. Any minute now. Alrighty. Hello everybody, I'm the big time BT Baldwin from the Value Wrestling Podcast. I'm just jumping down here real quick to go over a couple reviewing details from last night's experience on the WWE Thunderdome event, as I got to be a part of the Thunderdome. So, I signed up when the registration came out. You go to WWE Thunderdome.com/register. Right now they still have the Raw event up, so you have to go in there and pre-register. So you put in your basic information. That's your first, last name, and your email. Confirm with your email, and it either tells you the session's full, or we'll send you an email. Follow-up email to tell you when to log in. So I did that. I registered. I got an email that said I was going to be able to join, that I could get an email later before the show with the call time. And here's the rules, guidelines. We read that in one of our podcasts over there on YouTube that hopefully will be going up soon. We are working diligently to get content up on our YouTube, grow this brand, and make this brand. So please bear with us. Once we get that up, we will let you know. And we hope everybody goes over there, likes, subscribes, and shares it. But the Thunderdome experience was... So I get my email. My email goes, your call time 7:45. At 7:45, you can hit this link. This is the only one-time use link. You can only use it one time. Do not share this link. Once you use this link, it will not be valid after this. So you're thinking, all right, I won't go on until 7:45. And that, of course, it was 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. So 4:45 here on the West Coast. So at 4:45, I was all set, ready to go, and told you to have proper lighting, told you to have the proper camera, and mic was even supposed to be set up. And at 4:45, I clicked the link. The link came up. It brings you to a screen telling you to make sure everything's prepared. And then it's going to log you in, and the next thing I know, it says no. Sorry, a little sidetracked here. Let me keep this going. Stuff happens, I should show you. But anyway, so I clicked the link and it came back and it kicked back to me. Nope, sorry, it's full. And I'm like, really? I mean, I got on at 4:45 and I was supposed to. And the minute I click it, it comes to a screen. It tells me, here's what you need to do. Get ready, get prepared. And then it goes, no, sorry, the session's full. You're timed out. Try again next time. I'm like, that's bullshit. So I backed out. And it says, do not refresh the link. So I backed out. I hit the link in the email again. It brought up the same screen. I was like, oh, okay. So I started refreshing, playing with it, and it just kept telling me, sorry, the session's full. I was like, well, that's kind of sucks, because you've already pre-registered. You're sitting here waiting to get in, and now you're clicking at the time to get in, and it's already full. Like, what's going on? So what I've come to figure out is you can click that link. It's not a one-time use link if they want to sell it to me, because you can start clicking it and get in when it opens. Because later on in the night, I eventually did get in towards the end, to the last hour and a half of the show. I was able to get in just by refreshing. And it finally let me in, and I was able to watch the show. So, I mean, once you get the email, you may not get in right away. You may have to wait a little bit. But if you keep playing around with it, you're eventually going to get in unless they go in and change it, which they might now. But the Thunderdome experience overall, Thunderdome is aesthetically. I mean, when you watch the entrances and everything that's going on there, it's very beautiful, very pleasing, very nice. It's great in that aspect. The fans kind of being there, it's kind of odd because like at the very first row of the fan screens are like on the ground, so the barricades are like here, and you only see like the top of their heads, which is kind of weird to me. But overall, the experience is you're watching the TV program. You're watching Monday Night Raw. You're sitting in front of your computer with a camera on you and a mic on you watching Monday Night Raw. Now, when they cut away for commercials, you go to WWE Network commercials. You get to see the backstage scenes and Underground Raw. Some of the matches we did get to see with no commentating when it was in commercial break. And they do have a voice that comes over and goes, "Okay, everybody, let's clap your hands for Asuka. Let's hear the cheers, yay!" Or here's Randy Orton, boo. Put your fingers down and boo. Yes, boo. So they do talk to you and they do control the idea. So, I mean, if you're not cheering, not booing what they want to do, you're probably not going to get on the screen. You're not going to get on the TV. And that's the other thing. You don't know where you're sitting in the crowd. You have no clue because you're not sitting in a seat. It's not like you're pictured at. You're seeing that view. No, you're watching Monday Night Raw like you'd be watching on TV. So, yes, there's a couple of scenes where they show the whole audiences, but very regularly it's always on the hard camera side. So what you want, if you want to get on TV and do this, is be on the hard camera side. So I would, for that, you would probably want to be in full WWE gear and be just over the top, like, yay, the whole time. And you might get on TV. No guarantees. That's just what I see out of it. It's a ridiculous mess. Unfortunately, of course, I guess SummerSlam and Monday Night Raw, somebody put up a picture of Chris Benoit, which was, I guess, no, I don't know what happened if those people got caged or whatnot. I know that WWE talked about that. There was somebody with KKK gear on and waving a Confederate flag. There was some of the Nazi emblems, some other stuff that was coming up. All the news and rumors and reports are still coming in. And it looks like there's something here that I can read. Let's see here. WWE comments on virtual audience members displaying KKK gear. So, yeah, it was Minard's screen in the hard camera. He was wearing, from this picture, this person shows a picture of somebody. I can't tell if it's somebody showing a picture or somebody wearing the white getup and a headrest. And this quickly says, coming from Ryan Satin, WWE says they are working to ban a virtual audience member from future events who could be seen in the closing moments of Raw displaying what appeared to be KK imagery on the screen. In case you didn't notice, one of the screens in the front row at Thunderdome last night showed a man who appeared to be wearing KKK robe, waving a Confederate flag. This occurred right before as well during the attack of Retribution on Dominic and Rey Mysterio. Of course, WWE said this behavior does not reflect WWE values, and we have zero tolerance for these unacceptable actions. We are working to ban those individuals from future events. Per our policy, any inappropriate action results in the removal from the live stream. And it's worth noting the company is dealing with thousands of fans coming through the experience at the same time. And one source tells us the offender was immediately removed from the broadcast after being caught. And I know there was the Benoit incident that popped up. I've read some other incidences that have happened. So it's a mess. It's a mess. WWE, Thunderdome. It's a joke. Hopefully they get it figured out. They get it working, make it better, and make it fair to everybody. Make the experience better. There's got to be an added experience. I'm watching Monday Night Raw. Thursday I'll be watching SmackDown. What's going to drive me to be in the audience on your virtual program? Yeah, it's free and that's great and that's awesome, but what do I have to drive when I can watch it on my TV and I'm saying the same thing? The only thing that was different is, yes, in the cutscenes you felt like you were in the audience for a live event when they go off and commentators are talking. But overall, is it worth the time? It's a pre-register. Wait for your email. Try to get in. All the frustration that goes with that. To watch Monday Night Raw, to watch SmackDown, to watch pay-per-view if you have WWE. No. I'll do it again. I mean, I'll do it because I want to get on SmackDown and see what it's like. Or hope that, in some way, shape, or better that WWE gets better. But I know Vince is, that's wishful thinking. But my experience was not what it should have been. And then it could be so much better. I think WWE gets better involved. They need to give something more to the fans that are in that audience. Yes, they come out at the end of the night. So we thank you for your watching and yay! I'm like, that's nice, but it's not worth it if you're not really just wanting to have this experience of what it's like for yourself. And other than that, it's just experience. You sit here. I mean, it's like I'm sitting here watching the screen talking to y'all. I'm just watching Monday Night Raw, and I might appear on the screen, but that's few and far in between. So unless you're wearing a bunch of WWE gear and over the top, you're probably not going to get on. It probably doesn't matter. You're going to sit there like you're watching Monday Night Raw. Oh. The only thing it benefits from is if you're on the West Coast and they're going to be filming in the Amway Center, and at 4:45, 5 o'clock, you want to watch Raw, there you go. Otherwise, you wait till it comes on later. So that's about it. I mean, other than that, it was not something I would just jump up and tell everybody to go out and do, or this experience of a lifetime, get its opportunity to go do it. It's not anything special. It's not a big deal. It's not anything worth fighting through all the hassle. So, anyways, I'm the big time BT Baldwin. This is part of the value of wrestling. Me and Mr. Paulus Clark are working diligently to bring you some great podcast information, putting some videos together. Going to have those up on YouTube, create that YouTube channel. We want to breathe life into this brand and grow and hopefully make it a good, I don't know what the words are that I'm trying to think about. We want to grow this brand. We want to make this brand. We want to build it and build around it. And hopefully we'll get videos up on the Value of Wrestling podcast. We'll talk about news, rumors, hopefully maybe have some wrestling debates, talk about stuff that's happened in wrestling that we like or don't like, maybe talk about booking. I mean, I'd love to sit down for about an hour and talk about the rebooking of CM Punk. How would you rebook the return of CM Punk? Or other things. How would you book a farewell tour for somebody? What's going to happen at WrestleMania? Right now we're getting into that season, that time frame. We're going to start building to the next WrestleMania. I know there's a lot of things right now that are in the works. We're looking at Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. Of course, we're going to have Randy Orton and Keith Lee fight at Payback. But it's going to come back to Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton, I'm sure, for that title. Talk's still hot that Orton's going to win that title. If Orton wins that title, will he go all the way to WrestleMania? You're talking, let's say he wins it in September, so you've got October, November, December, January, February, March. So we got about, 6 months there? 6-7 months to WrestleMania. You're going to have Randy Orton carried all the way there to face Edge at WrestleMania. And then, like I said, after SummerSlam, Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, triple threat match happening at Payback. I'll say this right now. I see Roman Reigns pinning Braun Strowman, not to lessen the theme, but to get the title on Roman Reigns. And what does that mean? Well, I'm telling you, there's still this open storyline. There's still beef and interaction between Roman Reigns and Goldberg. Don't be surprised if it's Goldberg and Roman Reigns next year at the Royal Rumble. Goldberg is still under contract for everything I know. Two events minimum a year. I can do more if the money's right. So don't be surprised if we see Goldberg back. Not everything we want to see. And if we see Goldberg back, there's a good chance that we'll see Roman Reigns go heel. So we will find out on Friday where Roman Reigns stands after this attack. So a lot of interesting things, and I'd love to sit down with Mr. Paulus Clark and go over a lot of the details and what we would say and what we would like to see planned for next year. But anyways, I'm the big time BT Baldwin. This is the Value of Wrestling right here on Facebook. Please like, subscribe, share, do all that wonderful stuff. And we will be back with great content. Hopefully soon we will be able to update you on the YouTube page too.